afternoon, Patriots. Me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. And I've got several great clips of information for you. Some of it's good news, some of it's bad news, some of it's a little bit of exposure as to what's going on with FEMA's lack of response. We've got Matt Gaetz weighing in. But before I get into all of that, I want to tell you, if you don't know, Trump is back at Butler, Pennsylvania today. Just to give the left that tried to kill him the double barrel middle finger in the air, uh, or the fist bump, however you want to call it. But I seen there was a statue erected at the Butler rally for Trump. Scott Pressler's there, registered people to vote. There's 75 plus canvassers that come in from out of town that are going to be doing door to door knocking, trying to get people registered to vote while the Trump rally is going on as well. Elon Musk is going to be one of the guest speakers today, I do believe, and has provided Starlink for everybody at the rally. Just like he's trying to do for all those people in North Carolina while being blocked by FEMA. We'll get into that a little bit as well. Got several clips here that are just some of it's devastating news. That's one of the reasons I didn't make a video yesterday. I was about half twisted behind listening to all this stuff over here on Twitter about how easy it would be for the government to just do their effing job and help save lives, but they're not doing it. And call it misinformation if you want to, but from everything I've seen from boots on the ground, civilian helicopters, pack mules, people on four wheelers, people with chainsaws, people like Mark Robinson from North Carolina, literally bringing in trucks and trailers of any kind of supplies they can to help these affected people. While Kamala Harris says, we're going to get you $750, maybe. And I got a story about that as well. So let's go to this first clip, folks. It is weird, weird, weird. Both of these clips, I guess the more that we think about people at Trump rallies and weird stuff that's happening, I guess people are going back and starting to watch some of this footage a little closer. And we've got a weird, weird, weird coincidence of two people sitting behind Trump at different times at different rallies. I believe one was in Pennsylvania, one was in Michigan. Uh, Two totally different rallies than the Butler rally, but it's weird just the way these people do this. And tell me what you think about this weird two cut clips of people behind Trump at the Trump rally crowd uh, making some weird signals, almost like you do in baseball. You know, in baseball, you take your hat and you do this, and there's a dozen different signals to the catcher. This first guy kind of seems like what he's doing, almost like he's signaling to somebody. Seems kind of weird to me. Maybe there's nothing here, but both of these takes are kind of similar, and I just thought I'd bring them to y'all's attention. We do need to pay a little more close attention to who is directly around Trump, even the so-called Trump supporters in the crowd, because I believe not everybody there at these Trump rallies is there with good intentions. There's always bad actors everywhere just trying to see how close they can get, maybe for future reference. I don't know. It just seems weird. But let's go ahead and get into this first clip. Tell me what you think about this clip here. Very strange.
Was watching the Trump rally today in Michigan and noticed this guy in the red shirt.
See the guy at the back? That is weird. Now watch. Wiping his face. There it is. Now what the hell was that? Now that's the first clip, folks. Now the second clip, I won't. Let's see if we can scroll up a little bit here for you folks. Now watch this girl right here, folks. She does the old shh. Maybe it's. I guess it's not a girl. She's got a mustache. It may be a guy. It's hard to tell these days, folks. I apologize. But do you see what I'm seeing, folks? Almost like the same signal. Shh. Seems like a weird kind of response. Has anybody alerted Secret Service about these two weirdos? They may be Trump supporters, but to me, it almost looks like they're virtue signaling something, or maybe even signaling to somebody something. Uh, Weird stuff, folks. Maybe they're just trying to get in the spotlight somehow. But strange behavior. We got to watch out for that kind of stuff. I imagine a lot of the people that are boots on the ground today at this Trump rally today are there because they want to be two more eyes watching the crowd. I believe we need all the help we can get at this point, and I guarantee you there's a bunch of Trump supporters at this rally that are there just because they want to make sure they're able to help. Now, so they're raising the American flag in Butler, Pennsylvania right now. That was early this morning, setting up for the most important rally yet. The rally that's about showing we will never back down to the evil or adversity, even at Elon Musk is attending tomorrow. This is going to be big if you want to watch history unfold. I guess this was yesterday. I'll be live streaming it right here on X, and that was Project Constitution, another channel I follow over here. But he's right. That statement is absolutely accurate. This rally is important. It's just basically to show that we're not scared. We're not going to change our ways in order to cater to the left. Instead, we're going to beef up security and put it right back in the same spot for all those that didn't get a chance to watch the full rally and to support Corey Compatour and the two people that were shot, bring attention to that. Hopefully today, maybe Trump speaking will bring some attention. Him and Elon will bring some attention to what's going on with the whole lack of FEMA situation. Now, we're going to go through here. I got several clips here I wanted to bring to y'all today. Most of them are pretty short, just some information that we've got along the way. Some of it's a little bit disturbing. I'm not going to lie to you. First off, we'll do Trump was this morning. He was on, what's this guy's name? Victor Davis Hanson. No, wait a minute. I forget it. Kudlow. That's it. It says Trump on Biden-Harris administration giving illegal immigrants funds instead of Americans. Watch.
We are poisoning our country. Our country is being poisoned. Our country is being ruined. It's being ruined by these people. And they took billions of dollars and used it for settlements of people that came in, many of which are criminals. And the people in North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia and Florida, Virginia, Tennessee, there's no money for them. Yeah. But they're giving people, how about where they let them come in and stay in hotels and our veterans are sleeping outside of the main door to the hotel. And they're watching migrants go into a hotel and sleep in a suite and they're sitting on the sidewalk and our veterans, they're our great veterans. This is the worst administration. Let me tell you, if they were modestly good, I wouldn't have even run. This is the worst administration.
They spent this emergency money on illegal.
They stole it. They stole it.
This is also perversion of what the congressional authority was.
And they're trying to get those people to vote, Larry. They're trying to get those people to vote, just so you understand. They're trying to get them on the voter rolls. They want to put them on the Social Security rolls, which will destroy Social Security. This is the worst president in history.
There's no doubt about that, folks. So I'll bring y'all that. The full hour-long, 45-minute-long interview is over on Fox Business. Kudlow this morning. Now, this here is something I just found out earlier today. It was a retweet from Matt Gaetz. It says, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to fill you in. I live in Augusta, Georgia. Now it's been a war zone after the hurricane and 2 tornadoes. Shooting, looting, price gouging, no power, no water, no food, and no help from the administration. Kamala showed up yesterday and promised $750 from FEMA. Most of the city has filed already, and we all have been denied the $750. Trump is here in town now. I'm guessing this was yesterday. I pray it is helpful. It is helpful if you can use any of this information. That's some sad shit right there, folks. They say they're giving them the money. These people are not getting the money yet. The coffers are probably completely empty as far as FEMA is concerned. That's what I have to believe at this point. And they're just lying about it. You know, it's expensive to house people, bring them in, send them all over the country, give them credit cards, give them free cell phones, pay the hotels to book these people to live there indefinitely. None of these hotels are cheap. We're not putting them in motels. We're putting them in hotels. Big difference. But at any rate, it's starting to show. At least FEMA, at the minimum, is one of the agencies that has been fleeced of their funds in order to help reallocate funds for the illegals. What we're going to find out is every spending boondoggle we've had in the last 3 or 4 years, the $7 trillion that the Biden administration has spent. A lot of it's been green new energy crap. A lot of it's been DEI crap. A lot of it's been illegal resettlement crap, and a lot of it has just been what they call pork, just total waste that they could steal from out of these committees, out of these three-lettered agencies to reallocate to something, to their pet projects, like getting all the illegals in the country and registered to vote. It's what's really going on, folks. There's no doubt about it. There's no hiding it, denying it. The mainstream media is not going to talk about it much, but for anybody that's awake, paying attention, that's what's really going on. It says breaking news: a North Carolina sheriff says that they are ready to start arresting Kamala Harris's FEMA feds if they continue to block rescue workers and pilots from saving lives in the delivering of critical aid. We should call the sheriff and ask them to deputize all the rescue workers. That way they can arrest FEMA. We can arrest FEMA ourselves. That sounds like a great idea. This video has got 2.6 million views already. Sounds like a hell of an idea. Um, I don't know what to say to that other than let's get it done. Let's get it done. I would love to see FEMA get kicked out of the mountains because they're not doing anything to help at this point. I want to see the government come in and do their job, but at this point, I don't believe they're going to. They're going to leave them hung out to dry. And so, them preventing people like Elon Musk from getting Starlink in there so people can see the truth, that's the problem. It's the optics. They're more worried about the optics of the situation than they are about the lives of these people. That's where it just really boils my blood, folks. And that's why I didn't do a video yesterday. I was so pissed off just watching some of this stuff, reading some of this stuff, hearing some of this stuff on Twitter. I just like, oh, if I get on here today, I'm not going to be nice at all. I'm angry, frustrated, heartbroken behind what I see is going on. I mean, I knew our government was rotten to the core at this point, but to see them just blatantly not give a shit and just make up excuses. Um, I got plenty of money for Zelensky, got plenty of money for the border, got plenty of money for their pet projects of their choice, but don't have any money for the people that are actually suffering in the disaster zone. Makes me sick, folks, to be honest with you. It's really infuriating. And that was trending on Twitter yesterday. The word infuriating. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene says the FEMA director, Deanne Criswell, will be coming before the Oversight Committee and will receive the full Kimberly Cheadle treatment. If y'all remember, that was the Secret Service director that they didn't like her, the way she was treated on the stand in front of the Oversight Committee. They grilled her pretty good. The next day, she wouldn't come back for more talks, so she resigned instead. I remember that. Hopefully, we'll get more than a resignation out of this FEMA lady. These people are literally creating crimes against humanity by blocking disaster relief from civilians that are just trying to be helpful, be good neighbors. Says probably worse. We're going to treat you worse than we did Kimberly Cheadle because this lady's got a hell of a record so far. FEMA is confiscating supplies, blocking help to Helen survivors, and using disaster relief fund to house illegal immigrants. That don't include what they did in Maui and in Ohio with the train derailments. FEMA is, remember this lady's picture. You're going to be seeing a lot more of her in the next little bit, folks. I guarantee you. Says, just received a text from 20 minutes ago. This is Elon Musk. Says, this level of government incompetence is staggering. What the fuck, FEMA? FEMA is both incompetent and stopping people from helping. How can I help? Asked Elon Musk. It's true. They're now about to shut down the airspace to regulate the private choppers we are riding in to deliver Starlink and supplies. We are pushing back with Trump team as well to help us, but not looking good. We need to get the word out about FEMA. We spoke with Ivanka and handed out Starlinks with her yesterday, but FEMA then showed up and started blocking us. The largest concern for us here is the FAA throttling flights for our choppers, where they are requiring to and from information and mission now to deliver a discrete code. Doing this will take a lot longer. They're trying to regulate these flights in and out, make them basically keep flight logs of you got to check in, refuel, go do what you're gonna do, come back, fill out paperwork, as you check back in, make sure your flight is you're scheduled to take off again. They're not trying to wait on paperwork to go out here and help people. And definitely the government does not want these choppers in the air. They don't want these people helping. And that's just a sad truth. Really is aggravating, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. But we're going to get to the bottom of this. Hopefully heads will roll when Trump gets back in there in a few months. God help us, we don't have any more storms between now and then, because as far as they're concerned, they say they're broke. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene broke this story as well, says or reposted the story as well. FEMA training director is concerned about faith-based shelters misgendering migrant trans women. So this FEMA lady, another DEI hire, obviously more worried about migrants' feelings over being misgendered. Wow. Pretty easy to misgender a trans person. I don't know what to call a woman with a beard or a dude in a dress. I don't know what to call these people. They're just wackos as far as I'm concerned. I would say I call them lost. People that are trans confusionistic, just don't know who they are. I think they're born in the wrong body. It's a weird situation. I can't relate on any kind of level, but let's get off that topic. But they hate Christians is what it boils down to. FEMA training director is concerned about the faith-based misgendering migrant trans women, meaning they're worried about the churches uh, being offensive. These are the unqualified idiots using FEMA disaster relief funds to house migrants and failing Western North Carolina Hurricane Helen victims. Now let's listen to this, folks. Short video clip.
Being a migrant trans woman, there is an undocumented concern. There is also a concern of whether they would trust the places that are offering shelter that are faith-based because of the way they've been responded to in the past. Then if they are accepted, what would happen in terms of misgendering, in terms of bedrooms and bathrooms, etc. And then in addition, public safety once they're inside from those who are actually sheltering with them. All those concerns are there. Being a migrant trans woman.
So this trans activist that is director of education training at FEMA's Pride Federal Employee Resource Group. So this is what's going on with FEMA too. They've been DEI up to the point that they're more worried about people's feelings and pronouns than they are the life of human beings at this point. It's sad, folks. Another failed agency. I always thought FEMA and Secret Service were some of our solid agencies, but I found out just the last couple of years they both are full of DEI hires and poor excuse for Americans. Anybody that is letting the shit go like this, letting people die as they wait on assistance, criminals. Nothing less than criminals. I had a couple more clips I wanted to bring to y'all today, a little short one. It says Biden Harris gives 22 times more aid to Haitian illegals than hurricane victims. $750 one-time payment for American victims in the Hurricane Helen, if you can get it. $16,000 in potential free federal benefits annually for Haitian families of four paroled in by Biden Harris. So they giving that money away. Everybody but the Americans. See the pattern here, folks? Now, this will be the last clip of the day. This guy right here, super informative, I thought. Says most of the assistance is coming from private citizens, Elon Musk and Trump. Others have already offered free Starlink. So Biden-Harris mismanagement of money has resulted in massive amounts of FEMA money given to illegals and outrageous amounts of taxpayer dollars to the other countries as well. Now, if you don't, if you're not sure who you're voting for in this election, what's wrong with you? But more than that, if you listen to this video and there's something in your brain and your heart that makes you want to vote for anybody else besides Donald Trump, maybe you need to check your humanity. I don't know. Maybe you need to check your sense of morality. This will be the last video of the day. Like I said, folks, everybody like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Every word this man says is absolutely true. Here
Harris
we go.
administration has authorized a whopping.
All right. Blow it up big screen.
So this is going to be one of those videos that basically I'm going to tell you, it's going to piss you off. So fair warning. In 2023, FEMA has used about $740 million toward different cities and states to help with a migrant crisis that was created by the current administration. For those paying attention, it's not Trump, it's actually Biden and Harris. Even with that, there's about another $340 million that was left to be allocated in 2023. In 2024, FEMA has already allocated $770 million toward the same exact thing. This money allocation comes from what's called the Emergency Food and Shelter Program. It's a program that's actually designed for American citizens in case of an emergency food or shelter crisis. During the crisis that happened in Palestine, Ohio, there was a whopping $0 that was given to American citizens during that crisis from FEMA. The wildfires that happened in Maui, those 7,000 residents got about $22 million in like housing assistance and about another $30 million to like rebuild, so a whopping $50 million to rebuild. In North Carolina, where we're seeing all the absolute destruction up there, we have about 13 different military bases that are at the command, including the 82nd Airborne. The 82nd Airborne also has the 18th Airborne, which is probably the most equipped unit to be able to handle these sorts of emergencies. In fact, it's basically why they were created. The Biden administration has been so absolutely bad at this that we're on day 6, and most of these communities in those areas aren't even touched. No one's even seen anybody from FEMA. The Biden-Harris administration has authorized a whopping $750 to help and assist people that are up in North Carolina. These people have no power, no internet, no way to even access the money because most of them don't even have access to a bank right now. It's another reminder that the federal government is not coming to save you. You need to save yourself. You need to plan for yourself, especially with this sort of incompetent administration that we have at hand. Most of the assistance that people are seeing that is actually heading up into the area is all coming from private citizens. People like, that evil Elon Musk that owns X. Elon Musk, along with Trump and others, have already activated his SpaceX program, Starlink, to actually help out those in need in those areas, and he's made it free to people in those areas. Just a reminder, the federal government was allocated about $47 billion to give internet access to people in rural areas. There's been a whopping 0 people that have been actually helped through that program. For a fraction of that cost, we could have given every single person in a rural community Starlink access. But I'm not done. This administration so far this year has given $24.4 billion to Ukraine, $11.3 billion to Israel, $1.9 billion to Ethiopia, $1.6 billion to Egypt, $1.4 billion to Jordan, $1.1 billion to Afghanistan, and about another $1 billion to Yemen, Congo, Syria, and Somalia, otherwise known as Minnesota. And if that hasn't pissed you off enough, it's about $6,000 per illegal immigrant that has come into this country. If you're not pissed off at this administration, then I don't know what else to say to you. If you want another 4 years of this crazy, absolute nonsense bullshit, then go right ahead and vote for Kamala Harris. If not, the choice is fucking clear.
The choice is definitely clear, folks. There's no doubt about it. Trump 2024, folks. This is my sign I made. I took a Ted Cruz sign and put my Trump banner on it. Got some American flags on there, and I got reflective tape on both sides and the bottom. That way you can see it at night. I'm going to put it out in my front yard today. If this isn't enough reason to make you go vote for Trump, nothing is. That's all I got for you today, folks. Hopefully, I will see y'all here about this time tomorrow. May go fishing tomorrow. If I do, I will do a short or two from the boat, especially if I catch some fish. Everybody have a great day. Don't miss the Trump rally and Elon speaking tonight. That ought to be awesome. Over and out, folks. Have a good day.